We talked about president, we talked about responsibility. Now, today I'll talk about something related to president, the qualification, and everything that is related to president. Qualification of the president, it's there in Article 58 of the Constitution, and it says citizen of India. Second thing, it says 35 age completed. Third thing, qualified to be member of Lok Sabha. What does it mean? It means that he must be registered as a voter in any parliamentary constituency. Again, I am repeating, must be registered as a voter in any parliamentary constituency. Now the next time they can ask question, if they have to ask, they can ask, if one has to contest the election of the president of India, then he should be a voter in India. This kind of question can be asked in the examination, and for sure you will see this question, I'm telling you. Then people will be thinking, are he should be qualified to become member of Lok Sabha. That's what they'll be thinking, but they'll not think that if you have to become member of Lok Sabha, then you should be registered as a voter in any of the parliament. And here what it is saying, that qualified to be a member of Lok Sabha, and you will only be qualified to become member of Lok Sabha when you fulfill this condition. This, can you understand this thing or not? Tell me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No ऑफिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट.
Yes, sir.
इस चीज़ को आप लोग प्लीज़ डू रिमेंबर दिस थिंग. दिस इज द एरिया वेयर यूपीएससी कैन आस्क क्वेश्चन. Okay, now let's move to no office of profit. Under government, union government, under state government, or under any local authority. Simple. Then let's say that if
Sir, can you please explain me what is no office of profit, sir? I am always getting confused about this. I don't know the proper exact meaning of it, sir.
it's very simple. Any office that is coming under government of India, let's say for example you are IAS officer, you are holding the office. If you are IPS officer, you are holding the office. If you are a let's say head of any department under government of India, if you are a maybe vice chancellor in the university, if you are a professor in the university holding permanent post, so all these posts are called office of profit. Likewise in the state, and likewise in the local government, if you are a teacher, if you are a PCS officer, let's say deputy collector or DSP in any of the state, these offices, all these are offices called office of profit. That these are the office under the state government. Basically you should not be employed. It's a very simple thing. I mean, there are a lot many things, but the basic thing you need to understand, that you should not be employed under government of India, government of state, or under local authorities. If you are, then
Yes, sir.
if you are, then you'll have to resign. Now I have a question for you. Question for everyone. If You are a minister, or maybe let's make it more easy for you. If you are a governor of any state or two states together, then is it office of profit or not? This is the question for you. Starting with you, Beneath. Beneath.
Sir, it is not office of profit.
Sweta.
No, sir.
Surbhi.
Yes, sir. Office of profit है.
अच्छा, ठीक है. स्नेहा.
No, sir.
सहानूर.
No, sir.
संगीता.
No, sir.
सम्राट.
Yes, sir.
You're saying yes, right?
Yes, sir.
Sahin, Ratnpriya, Pratyusha,
Sir, no, sir.
Ratn,
Sir, no.
Pratyusha,
No, sir.
Prajwal,
Sir, it is.
Parul,
Sir, it is correct.
Pooja,
No, sir.
Kunal,
No, sir.
Ekta, Amit.
No, sir.
Yes, sir. It is applicable for them.
It is not. It's a wrong state. It's not. The office of governor is not office of profit. Remember this thing. चीज़ समझो आप लोग. If a person a person shall not be deemed to hold any office of profit who is president or the vice president or the governor of any state or the minister of union of a state. So if you are holding the office of governor, you are not holding the office of profit. Remember this thing. It's these offices are not called office of profit. Yes. Yes, Ekta.
So where is this mentioned? It's not mentioned in the constitution. Where would we find this exemptions and all that?
This basically Supreme Court has said all these things, so I'm telling you that these offices are not considered office of profit. And when we'll be discussing maybe what Article 74 and 75, that time I'll discuss and I'll give you reference also. Just for your knowledge, I'm telling you that if you are in the office
So
of
is it mentioned? So is it mentioned in the RPA?
I haven't seen. I don't remember that. I'll have to see that. Okay, but I don't know where it is mentioned. But I know that it is the position.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, so office of governor is not called office of profit.
And sir, in one case, Supreme Court has also said that governor is a constitutional office.
Constitutional is office is a difference. Office of profit is a different thing. Okay, so Supreme Court has defined in length office of profit, and I'll definitely discuss with you. Don't worry that. Okay,
Okay, sir.
when I'll be discussing article, because that at that point of time we'll be covering everything. We'll be covering member of parliament, we'll be covering ministers, we will be covering everything. Right now we are just talking in the context of president. So I mean, one thing, if we have to discuss, then why not to discuss for everyone? That's my point. So right now
Yes,
I'm just
sir.
telling you the position. Oh, all right. Second thing, I have told you that these positions, if you are governor, if you are president, if you are vice president, or what, if you are a minister, then you will not hold any office of profit. Next thing, condition.
Sir, office of profit is applicable for private also.
Yes, it's in private also. If you are a, let's say, CEO of a company. See, when I'm saying office of profit, so it means that if you are holding any office, then you will have some sort of proclivity towards that office. Let's say that why it is not there. Let's say if you are a CEO of a company and governor at the same time, then obviously one way or the other way you would want to, or you may give the advantage to your company. So if you are a CEO of a company, you will have to resign. आप एक चीज़ समझो, देखो बहुत सिंपल चीज़ समझाता हूँ आपको, बहुत बेसिक सी चीज़. You must have seen those people who contest the election, they'll have to resign from their existing position. Have you observed this thing or not?
Yes, sir.
They resign, and if they are resigning, then consider that it's not allowed. They are holding office of profit. Now, Article 59 says that the president cannot be a member of either House of Parliament or of a house of the legislature of any state. Remember this thing. He sh- there are two things. First thing, he should be qualified to become member of Lok Sabha, but he should not be a member. This thing, remember. And let's say that if he is the member and he assumes the office of the president, then it will be considered that he has already vacated this post, or the post is vacant. Again, the president shall not hold any office, any other office of profit. Yes, yes, Survi.
Sir, I think that president, governor, and the are the uh, basically.
Your voice is not clear, Survi.
Sir, I think governor, president, and council of ministers are holding office of profit, but that is just an exception that is provided in the constitution for the qualification required for becoming a member of council of ministers. Like if you want to become a council of ministers, you shall not be holding any office of profit. But the exception is that you can hold three office of profits, which is president, governor, and any minister.
See, if you read explanation to Article 58, you read it, explanation. I want you to read explanation of Article 58 if you can.
Yes, sir, reading. Yes, sir.
What it is saying.
person shall not be deemed to hold any office of profit by reason only that he is the president, vice president, and governor or any minister.
So what is the meaning of this? Explain it.
So, as far as I can consider it, that it is they like it shall not be deemed to hold any office of profit. Like they are office of profit, but it will not be considered as an office of profit just for these three purposes.
So what did I say? Did I not say that it is not considered office of profit when we are talking in the context of president?
Yes, sir, you said. But what I am trying to say is that this is an office of profit, but it will not be considered as an office of profit just for this purpose.
So that's what I
Like,
said, right? I mean, we were discussing
sir, but
president. Yeah, earlier what we were discussing president only, and that's what I said, that in this context of president. Are you not understanding?
no, sir, I got your point.
I mean, we were discussing president only when someone else asked for office of profit and all. So I said we'll discuss this properly when we'll be discussing ministers and this 74, 73, the other aspects. Okay. But here the position is that these offices are not considered office of profit. Right? I mean, that's what you are saying. I'm not saying this now.
Yes, sir.
You are saying, again, I'm repeating, that you are saying that if we talk about the president, then if any person is holding office of president, vice president, union or governor of any state, then it will not be considered, it will not deemed office of profit. That's what you are saying, right, Survi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and that's what I was asking you, and that's what I said. I mean, I must have missed something, or maybe misquote something, but that's what I was telling you, and I said also.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Sweta.
Sir, what is the interpretation of all this, or what is the meaning behind all this? First, we are saying their president should not hold any office of profit.
Yes.
Again, in the exception to the office of profits, we are having
It's explanation.
positions of.
It's written in the constitution. I'm not saying this thing, Sweta. It's written in the
Sorry, our
constitution.
constitution is saying like that.
Hmm.
Now, like member of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, governor, president, these are all exceptions to the office of profit.
No, what it is written here. See, we are not talking because see, also don't know what is office of profit. It depends on case to case basis. Are you understanding
Okay,
my
sir.
point?
Okay, that
It
is
depends.
not my question. Sir, my question is if someone is getting to the position of a president of India, anyway, he or she will not be holding any other positions. Is it
Yes.
like that?
Yeah, it is like this.
Then why this office of profit thing is included? That's my query. Why? Either way, he or she is not going to hold any other position if someone is a president or governor.
I'll tell you one thing. See, there are certain posts that are related to something posts are called ex officio, right? So let's
Yeah.
say that I don't didn't want to come on this thing, but you people made me. Now we'll talk about a little bit vice president. Raj Sabha, he's ex officio. He's ex officio chairman of what? Raj Sabha, right? And he's vice president also. So if you consider it office of profit, then he cannot hold this office, right? So there, I mean, there are certain offices in which president, prime minister, prime minister is chairman, or this vice president is ex officio chairman. So that's the reason that we exclude these posts, vice president, president, and governor, because by virtue of their post, they may be holding certain other post. Sweta, are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Then if we start calling of vice president as office of president, or maybe then he cannot become this thing, but he's Raj Sabha chairman. So this is the thing that the constitution explain, that a person, again I am reading, a person shall not be deemed to hold any office of profit who is the president or the vice president of the union or the governor of any state or minister of the union. So I mean, they are having certain offices that are ex officio offices attached to them. That's the reason they have come up with this explanation, that these for this for this particular context it will not be considered office of profit.
I got it, sir, now.
Again, I'm reading that a person shall not be deemed to hold any office of profit by reason only that he is the president or vice president or governor or minister of union or any state. Hopefully now this point is clear.
Yes, sir. Sir, is it also applicable to president as he is the chief commander of our armed force?
It's applicable everywhere. Otherwise, he will not be able to hold office. He's in many universities. You'll see the president. Sometime I think president or sometime vice president. He is the chancellor of universities. Have you observed this thing?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
सो ये सब चीज़ें हैं, शायद जो दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी है उनके चांसलर प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया है, इफ़ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, या वाइस, अब जो भी है वाइस प्रेसिडेंट या प्रेसिडेंट, बट ही इज़ द चांसलर. सो बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं, इसकी वजह से हमने इनको एक कैटेगरी में डाल दिया, एक एक्सेप्शन की कैटेगरी में. सुरभि, अब जो आपने बोला था वो आपको समझ में आ रहा है ना कि आप क्या बोल रही थी और कहाँ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में क्या लिखा है और मैं क्या कह रहा था?
Yes, sir.
अगर नहीं आए तो आप एक बार पूछ सकते हो. मैं इसको ऑफिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट को बहुत अच्छे से डिस्कस करूंगा. आई डिस्कस व्हेन वील बी डिस्कसिंग आर्टिकल 74 एंड ऑल. अभी के लिए आप इतना ही समझो जितना ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि अभी मुझे आई हैव टू टेल यू समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स, लाइक जो एक इलेक्शन का प्रोसीजर है वो मुझे बताना है. वहाँ से क्वेश्चंस आते हैं एंड देर आर लॉट मैनी पीपल हु डोंट अंडरस्टैंड ऑल्सो दिस कॉन्सेप्ट. सो दैट्स द रीज़न दैट आई वॉन्ट टू स्विच ऑन दैट इलेक्शन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट. सो ये आपको समझ में आ गया. नाउ आई टॉक अबाउट इलेक्शन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट. The president of India is not directly elected by the people. First thing, not elected by the people. Second, there's this one case on Delhi government that they appointed some sort of secretary. Some MLAs were appointed. Some, I don't know what secretaries they were appointed, and then the case was related to office of profit. It's Delhi government case. You can look at that case, or even I can bring the that judgment for you. Yes, Amit.
Yes, sir, I remember that case.
You remember that many were disqualified, and then Supreme Court said these things will be considered office of profit, right?
Yeah, sir, they were taking some allowances and made
Yes,
parliamentary secretary.
yes, parliamentary secretary. So not elected by the people, this is the first condition. Then there will be, who will appoint, that is the question. Electoral college. The electoral college consists of member of Lok Sabha plus Rajya Sabha elected. What? Elected member, not nominated member. Second, member of state legislative assembly. These should also be elected member. Second thing. Then 70th Constitutional Amendment Act that came in 1992. It added a new explanation. So I'll tell you one thing. Amendment does not necessarily means that you are just changing things. Sometimes you are adding also things. It has added new explanation to Article 54 of the Constitution. It said this word state legislative assembly. This word state includes Delhi and Pondicherry. What does it mean? That the MLA of Delhi and MLA of Pondicherry's MLA of their assembly, they will also be part of collegium system. Though it did not mention union territories, it simply mentioned state legislative assembly. But under this expression, these two union territory also come under the expression of a state. These two union territories are included. Up now, this is uh, these are the some small and minute things in polity you need to understand, that the expression is used state, but under state though two union territories are included. These things you should know.
Sir, what about J&K now?
अभी JNK का कोई है नहीं, तो JNK के बारे में तो कुछ ऐसा है नहीं, तो क्या बोला उसके बारे में, मुझे तो पता भी नहीं है उसका क्या पोजीशन है। JNK में तो असेंबली है कहाँ? JNK में असेंबली है क्या? टेल मी।
There, but it's not working right now.
I mean, they don't have assembly now. It's suspended. Nobody is there in that assembly. After Parliament changed the position of Article 370 of the Constitution, uh, that's what they are demanding, that conduct the election, right? So if assembly, what is the meaning of assembly? Assembly does not mean a building. Assembly means that there should be a body, elected body. अभी इलेक्टेड बॉडी है कहाँ JNK में, बताओ आप मुझे, है?
No, sir.
तो अभी जब नहीं है तो छोड़ो इसको, बाद में बात करेंगे इसके बारे में। अब गवर्नमेंट को अमेंडमेंट लाना पड़ेगा, द गवर्नमेंट नीड्स टू अमेंड इट। Yes. So remember elected members. The nominated members of these houses at the center and the state do not have voting rights in the election of the president. The election, I'm telling you the method. The election of the president shall be held in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. This is there in 55 clause 3. ठीक है। अब इस सिस्टम ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन बाय मींस ऑफ सिंगल ट्रांसफरेबल वोट, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो दिस सिस्टम? हाउ डज इट वर्क? Please tell me. How does it work?
Sir, through preferential ballot system,
Yes.
people give preferences like number one, number two, number three, number four.
Okay. And what if
Then,
then one person does not get victory in the first round? Then what will happen?
if if there is not a majority, suppose for example 50% in the first round of counting,
Hmm.
then a second round of counting will start. But before that, suppose there are A, B, C, D, the person who gave least votes, then he will be eliminated, and his votes will be distributed uh, to rest of the people, and then it will be
How
added and
how his votes will be distributed?
suppose sir, for D person, 10 persons gave D as their first preference, 7 persons gave in C as their first preference, 5% gave B as their first preference, and 2 persons gave A as their first preference. So those first preferences will be added respectively to C, B, and A.
Yes. Okay, so this is the method actually, and now I'm going to uh, give you maybe some calculation. So those who could not understand, they'll understand mode of voting. First, I'm talking about mode of voting, and then we'll talk about the value of these votes and all. First thing, here you need clear majority. Let's say if there are 100 votes, then you should get 50% plus one vote, then only you will be considered winning candidate in this system. The system is called proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. Under the constitution, the election of president must be held in accordance this system, and the system adopted for voting is secret ballot. This thing also remember that it happens through secret ballot. The voting system works in the manner I'll be telling you right now. Let's suppose there are four candidates. Am I audible or not? If I'm not audible, then just let me know. So let us suppose that there are four candidates. What is happening? There are four candidates A, B, C, and D. Okay. This is important thing. Those who do not know, please just listen carefully. And the total number of valid votes, let's suppose 15,000. A candidate must secure first preference how many votes? These many votes, right? 50% would be 7,500 plus one vote. If we need a winning candidate, then he should secure this much vote, 77501. This figure should be secured as the first preference. So I mean there will be a ballot there, you can give your preferences. Let's suppose that there is this ballot A, B, C, D. You think A should be your first candidate. You have written A one first. Well, you think then uh, C should be your second choice. Your second choice is C. You mentioned two. Then you thought D would be your third choice. You mentioned third, and B fourth. So here A is your first candidate. If A does not win, then you want C as a winning candidate, then D, and then B. So this is your preferences: first, second, third, fourth. So now hopefully you understand the preference system, how it works. So first preference should be 7500 plus 1 if you have 15,000. Now let's suppose out of this 15,000, A gets 5250, uh, B gets 4800, C gets 2700, and D secure 2250, and this all comes to 15,000. Just check it's coming to 15,000 or not. Now tell me, uh, maybe who should I ask? Uh, Tell me, Ekta, is do you have any winning candidate here?
No, sir.
You don't have winning candidate because you need 7501. A have achieved 5250. So the kind of election we have in Lok Sabha, A would have been declared 5250. I'll tell you later on about that system, but right now just understand that he would have been declared winning candidate. But in this system, nobody is winner. Now, this was the first round. In first round, no one is winner. What we'll be doing? We will go for second round. So first, what we'll do? We'll eliminate this D. D gets eliminated because D having obtained the least number of votes would be the first to be eliminated, and second preference votes record. Anyone?
So your voice is not audible properly.
Just give me a moment. Now it's audible. It's audible or not?
Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
Okay. So here D having obtained the least number of votes would be the first to be eliminated, and the second preference votes recorded in his favor. The second, again I am repeating, the second preference votes recorded in his favor will be transferred to the remaining candidates A, B, C. Suppose that second preference votes recorded in the votes of D are as, जो डी के सेकंड प्रेफरेंस था, डी का जो लिस्ट था उसमें फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस तो डी को मिल गया, बट इसको जो डी को फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस जहाँ जहाँ मिला था वहाँ पे सेकंड प्रेफरेंस किस हिसाब से था, बी ए जस्ट कैलकुलेटिंग दैट. सो इन डी सेकंड प्रेफरेंस यू सी ए गेट्स 300 votes. Again I'll say, so it should not be confusing. Here first preference is D. In D's, in these 2250 vote, who is the first preference? It's D. But there must be some second preference also. Are you understanding my point or not? There will be someone's second preference also in D's ballot itself. So in D's ballot, A gets 300 second, B gets 1050, and C gets 900. I'll explain it. So those people who wanted to see D as their candidate, these 2250 people wanted D to win. But their second, out of these 2250, 300 wanted A to win after D. So first choice was D, but their second choice was A. 1050 people wanted, out of this these 2250 wanted, out of 2250, 1050 wanted B to win, and here 900 wanted C to win. So what we'll do, the second preference vote we'll add here. A gets 300 votes, B gets 1050, and C gets 900 vote. This till here the point is clear or not? Okay. Now we'll come on the calculation. We'll see whether we have winning candidate or not. 550, he gets 5850, and he gets 3600. Do we have winning candidate?
No, sir.
We don't have. Now what we will do?
So distribute the third person's vote.
Yes.
So we'll do the same with C, what we did with D.
Yes. Even in the second count, no candidate could secure a minimum 7501. Here, C having obtained the least number of votes is eliminated. C is eliminated now, and the third preference vote recorded in his favor. Third preference vote, first, second, now third preference vote. So let's say that we have counted first preference, 2700 wanted people to win C, and then again this 900 were their second preference was C, but C could not win even after getting these many votes. Now we'll see the third preference, who got the out of, because these people voted 3600 wanted C to win, so their first preference and second preference was, if you include first and second preference of 3600 people, it was C, but they must have given third preference also, right? So now what we'll do, we'll count this third preference, who gets more vote. Here A gets 1700 votes and B gets 1900 votes. What we'll do, out of this 3600 people, 700 people were having their third choice as A, and 1900 people were having their third choice as B. So what we'll do, we'll add 700 votes in the favor of A and 1900 votes in the favor of B. Do we have winning candidate?
Yes, sir.
Now you have the winning candidate.
So can you please repeat the last step when we distributed the votes of C?
देखो आप, Just understand quite simply. These 3600 people be considered. So their first and second choice was C, right? But they must have given third choice also, right? Since there are four people, so they have to fill third and fourth choice also, isn't it? What we'll be doing, we'll see their third choice. So these, out of these 3600 people, that 1700 people were in the favor of A. Their third choice was A, and 1900 people's third choice was B. So what we did, these 1700 votes that came in the favor of A as a third choice, we added here, and 1700 and 1900 votes come in the favor of B, B added here, and that's how we come on this figure 7250 7750, and we have winning candidate. समझ में आया कि नहीं आया?
सर बट जब 2700 था सर तब भी जो सेकंड प्रेफरेंस होती तो सर वी कुड हैव टेकन दैट आल्सो नो.
सेकंड प्रेफरेंस हमने इसकी ली ना, डी की. जो डी को सेकंड प्रेफरेंस था, हमने उसको कंसीडर किया. आप एक चीज समझो, एक डी, ऐसे एक पैलेट बनाता हूं मैं. यहाँ पे आप एक चीज समझना, इस सी का बैलेट है, आप ये समझ लो, ऐसे समझो, इस सी का बैलेट है. फर्स्ट चॉइस, कितने लोगों ने सी को दे दी फर्स्ट चॉइस? सी के बैलेट में 2250 लोगों ने. ठीक है, जो सी का बैलेट का फर्स्ट चॉइस है, इसमें 2250 लोग चाहते हैं ए जीते. अब सेम जो 2250 लोग हैं, इनका सेकंड प्रेफरेंस यहाँ पे हम डिवाइड कर लेते हैं इस तरीके से सेकंड प्रेफरेंस के लिए. तो जो बी के लिए है वो, सॉरी, एक से स्टार्ट करते. ए के लिए है, वी आर जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट ओनली दिस 2250 पीपल. ए के लिए चॉइस है 300 लोगों का, इनका सेकंड प्रेफरेंस. बी के लिए इनका सेकंड प्रेफरेंस है 1050, एंड सी के लिए है 900. सो जो सेकंड चॉइस में वोट मिले वो हमने उनके वोट्स में ऐड कर दिए. इनके जो टोटल वोट्स थे, इसमें हमने यहाँ पे आके ऐड कर दिए. लेकिन हमारे पास विनिंग कैंडिडेट नहीं आया, और जब विनिंग कैंडिडेट नहीं आया तो हमने क्या किया, इसके सी जो सबसे कम था उसको एलिमिनेट किया 3600. फिर हमने देखा सी का जो कॉलम था उसमें थर्ड चॉइस सबसे ज़्यादा किसको मिली, तो थर्ड चॉइस सी के कॉलम में ए को थी, 1900 लोगों को, सॉरी 1700 लोगों को. ए को था 1700 और बी को था 1900. तो हमने बी और ए में उसकी थर्ड चॉइस को ऐड कर दिया. थर्ड चॉइस को ऐड करने के बाद हमारे पास रिजल्ट आ गया.
सर
यस.
सर यहाँ पे यहाँ पे जो 900 है सी की कॉलम में, उनका तो फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड प्रेफरेंस हो गया, because first preference would be for D and second is for C. Then they're taking the third preference here. But sir, what about the second preference of 2700, which I think Prajwal is also asking? Because we don't know that as of yet. Like we can't go to third preference, skipping the second preference.
आप सेकंड प्रेफरेंस इसका लेना ही नहीं है ना. सेकंड प्रेफरेंस तो हमने इसका लिया ना. आप
तो सर वो स्किप कर देंगे, फिर उनका सेकंड देखेंगे ही नहीं, थर्ड पे चले जाएंगे.
आपको वोट भी तो काउंट करने हैं ना. अब अगर आप उनका ऐसे सेकंड प्रेफरेंस अगर देखना शुरू कर दोगे, उसका सेकंड प्रेफरेंस ऑलरेडी आपने सेकंड प्रेफरेंस के वोट दे दिए हैं. जो मैक्सिमम सेकंड प्रेफरेंस जो मिला है वो आप दे चुके हो वोट सबको. इसको 300 दे दिया आपने, 105 दे दिया, और यहाँ 900. आप सेकंड प्रेफरेंस के वोट दे चुके हो सबको, जितने जितने वोट मिले हैं.
ठीक है सर.
आप इस चीज़ को समझो कि आप यहाँ भी देखो ना कि यहाँ मैक्सिमम वोट लोग ले रहे हैं, ठीक है, फिर यहाँ से वोट कम होना शुरू हो जाएंगे अगर इनके यहाँ थर्ड बढ़ेंगे, तो आप सेकंड प्रेफरेंस उनको दे चुके हो। यू हैव ऑलरेडी गिवन देम सेकंड प्रेफरेंस वोट्स, जितने भी मिले हैं ये। क्योंकि आपको मैं थोड़ा सा, इट विल बी लिटिल बिट लेंदी, बट एक बार फिर से एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ। ऐसे समझ लो आप, ए का फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस, सेकंड प्रेफरेंस, थर्ड प्रेफरेंस, फोर्थ प्रेफरेंस। अब ये ज़्यादा अच्छे से समझ में आएगा। बी का फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस, सेकंड प्रेफरेंस, थर्ड प्रेफरेंस, फोर्थ प्रेफरेंस। सेम ए का फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ। डी का, डी इज़ फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ। यहाँ आपको ये समझ में आ गया कि ए का जो बैलेट है उसमें फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ प्रेफरेंस आया होगा। इतना आपको
हाँ जी सर।
ठीक है। अब आप सबसे पहले देखो, ए को फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस में मिले हैं 5250 वोट्स, ठीक है। बी को हम सब सिर्फ पहले फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस की वोटिंग कर रहे हैं, अभी हम सेकंड प्रेफरेंस पे जा ही नहीं रहे, सबका खाली छोड़ रहे हैं, ठीक है। बी का देखो आप, बी को वोट मिले हैं 4800। सी को वोट कितने मिले हैं, हाउ मेनी वोट्स, 2700 वोट्स। एंड डी को वोट्स कितने मिले हैं, 2250। समझ में आ गया? इतना समझ आया कि नहीं आया आपको?
हाँ जी सर।
अभी जो 5250 लोग हैं, इनका सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ प्रेफरेंस रहा होगा कुछ ना कुछ, ये रहा होगा कि नहीं रहा होगा?
जी सर।
ठीक है। अब किसी ने बी को दिया होगा अपना सेकंड प्रेफरेंस, किसी ने सी को दिया होगा, किसी ने डी को दिया होगा, ये 5250 लोगों ने। ऐसे ही जो 4800 लोग हैं, इन्होंने अपना फर्स्ट तो दे दिया, लेकिन सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ किसी को दिया होगा। समझ में आ रहा है आपको?
हाँ सर।
लाइकवाइज दीज पीपल एंड दीज पीपल, इनका सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ प्रेफरेंस होगा, ठीक है। अब हमने क्या किया, अब आप समझना इस तरीके से। So we don't have winning candidate. Now what we are doing? We will eliminate this D. ठीक है, D को हम एलिमिनेट करेंगे। और D को फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस किस किसने दिया है, कितने लोगों ने दिया है, बताओ आप?
2250।
2250। अब इनका फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस तो D हो गया, बट इनका सेकंड प्रेफरेंस भी कुछ होगा ना,
जी सर।
होगा कि नहीं होगा? ठीक है, तो इनका सेकंड प्रेफरेंस जो था, ए को 300 लोगों ने दिया, बी को 1050 लोगों ने दिया, और सी को 900 लोगों ने दिया, ठीक है। तो अब हम ए का सेकंड प्रेफरेंस देखते हैं। ए का सेकंड प्रेफरेंस कितना है, आप बताओ?
300।
ए को, अब आप कंफ्यूज मत हो ना, मैं थोड़ा आपको डिफरेंट तरीके से बता रहा हूँ ताकि आपको एक क्लैरिटी से समझ में आ जाए। ए को 300 लोगों ने सेकंड प्रेफरेंस वोट दिया, है ना। बी को कितने लोगों ने दिया,
सर वो क्या लिखा हुआ है, 1050।
यस, 1050, ठीक है। सी को कितने लोगों ने दिया,
900।
ठीक है। तो हम क्या करते हैं, वोट कैलकुलेट करेंगे। अब आपको इस चीज़ समझ में आ गई कि ये, अगर आप इन पूरे वोट्स को काउंट करोगे तो 15,000 वोट्स हो जाएंगे कि नहीं हो जाएंगे? हो रहे हैं ना। अब आपका वोटिंग तो 15,000 से तो एक्सीड कर नहीं सकता है। तो ये जो 2250 लोग थे, इनका सेकंड प्रेफरेंस, आउट ऑफ दिस 300 लोगों का सेकंड प्रेफरेंस ए था, इनका सेकंड प्रेफरेंस। तो अब हम क्या करेंगे, फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस और सेकंड प्रेफरेंस को कैलकुलेट करेंगे, ठीक है, और देखेंगे डू वी हैव अ विनिंग कैंडिडेट और नॉट। कर ले कैलकुलेट।
Also we don't have yet.
वी डोंट हैव, तो इसको फर्स्ट प्लस सेकंड यहाँ पे करके मैं नीचे लिख रहा हूँ, ठीक है, इनका एडिशन 5550 आया, ठीक है। इन दोनों को ऐड करके कितना आया, 5850 आया, है ना। और इनको कैलकुलेट करके कितना आया, 3600 आया। तो आपने फर्स्ट और सेकंड प्रेफरेंस के वोट काउंट कर लिए। अब आप ये मत सोचना कि इनका सेकंड प्रेफरेंस होगा, इनका सेकंड प्रेफरेंस हो चुका है, क्योंकि आप जैसे आप कह रहे हो ना कि 2700 लोग, तो इन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं सेकंड प्रेफरेंस दे चुके होंगे। ये समझ में आ रहा है ना कि नहीं आ रहा है आपको?
हाँ 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 सर।
प्रज्वल, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं?
यस सर।
ठीक है। अब आपने फर्स्ट और सेकंड प्रेफरेंस के वोट काउंट कर लिए, आपके पास विनिंग कैंडिडेट है।
नहीं सर।
अब आप क्या देखोगे, अब आप देखोगे थर्ड प्रेफरेंस, थर्ड प्रेफरेंस देखोगे ना।
जी सर।
अब थर्ड प्रेफरेंस किन लोगों का देखोगे, ये 3600 लोगों का, इन्हीं का देखोगे ना। आपको अभी तक इनका फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड प्रेफरेंस पता था, बट अभी आपको इनका थर्ड प्रेफरेंस नहीं पता ना। अब जैसे आप एक चीज़ समझो, 3600 लोगों ने किसी को थर्ड फोर्थ दिया होगा, यहाँ इन लोगों ने थर्ड फोर्थ दिया होगा, इन्होंने भी थर्ड फोर्थ दिया होगा, है ना। बट अभी हम कितने लोगों का देख रहे हैं, 3600 लोगों का, क्योंकि इसको सबसे कम वोट मिले हैं। समझ में आ रहा है आपको?
हाँ सर हाँ।
अब इस 3600 लोगों का आप देखना शुरू कर दो थर्ड प्रेफरेंस। तो इन्होंने इनका थर्ड प्रेफरेंस 1900 का बी है और 1700 लोगों का ए है, ठीक है। तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, अब ए को जो थर्ड प्रेफरेंस में वोट मिले हैं, अब आप यहाँ से चीज़ समझो, ए को जो थर्ड प्रेफरेंस में वोट मिले हैं वो 1700 वोट्स मिले हैं। समझ में आ रहा है एकता?
हाँ जी सर।
और बी को जो थर्ड प्रेफरेंस में वोट मिले हैं वो 1900 वोट्स मिले हैं। समझ में आया?
जी सर।
अब आप 1 2 3 को कैलकुलेट करके देखो, तीनों प्रेफरेंस को कैलकुलेट करके देखो। तो तीनों प्रेफरेंस को कैलकुलेट किया तो इसके वोट्स आए 7250 और इसके वोट्स आए 7750। तो विनिंग कैंडिडेट कौन हो गया आपका, बी हो गया। अब आपको समझ में आ गया कि कैसे मैकेनिज्म चलता है?
हाँ सर।
एवरीबडी, डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट और नॉट?
Yes, sir.
नाउ आई विल गिव यू एन एक्सरसाइज। आपको एक कैलकुलेशन दे रहा हूं मैं। टोटल वोट्स 20,000, 5 candidates. There are 5 candidates and total votes are 20,000. आपको यहाँ से विनिंग कैंडिडेट फाइंड आउट करना है। आपकी कैलकुलेशन कुछ भी हो सकती है, बट विनिंग कैंडिडेट शुड गेट 10,000 एटलीस्ट दीज मैनी वोट्स। आप आपके लिए होमवर्क है,